So it is becoming clearer and clearer to me that you guys love when I react to songs from the 70s. It's fun for me too. So today we are going to be doing just that. We'll be checking out three different songs from three different artists that I've never heard of before, all from the 70s. We're first going to start out with Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum, then Seasons in the Sun by Terry Jacks, and lastly, And When I Die by Blood, Sweat, and Tears. It's going to be super fun because I haven't heard these artists before, so it's going to be a very fresh reaction for you all, which I hope you do enjoy. But before we check these out, a massive thank you goes to Daniel the Upbeat for making this donation request. As always, Daniel, thank you so much. It means the world to me and helps guide the direction for the reactions I do over here. But now, let's just jump in. Oops, there we go. It's kind of like a glitchy tone. A bit fatty as well. Oh, I like that beat a lot. Ooh. A little ominous in that.
When I die and I lay me to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. When I lay me down to die, going up to the spirit in the sky.
Yeah, this guitar tone is doing a lot.
Going up to the spirit in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die.
Background vocals. So smart to put those backing vocals in the left headphone, because in the right you have this very fatty tone like I've been referring to in the right, and then in the left, so you get this nice kind of experience. The tone is super thick, almost like fuzzy. Netherlands.
Hey yourself, you know it's a must. Gotta have a friend in Jesus. So you know that when you die, he's gonna recommend you to the spirit in the sky. Recommend you to the spirit in the sky. That's where you're gonna go when you die. When you die and they lay you to rest, you're gonna go to the place that's the best.
The clap on the sides. Easy for me to dance along to. It's weird because like it's so bright, yet it's talking about death and, you know, going to heaven, which, you know, there's nothing, I guess, presumably really wrong about going to the afterlife in a happy place, in a place of eternal tranquility. So when you pair that with like the fuzziness in the guitar, this almost like gritty feeling, you get joy and like eternal salvation on one hand, and a lot of this like grit and heaviness in the guitars and the music on the other. Though there's a lot of bounce in the rhythm, so it makes for a very, I would say, unique track. This riff is super catchy. The claps too, it's very like minimalist in terms of structure.
Never been a sinner, I never sinned. I got a friend in Jesus. So you know that when I die, he's gonna set me up with the spirit in the sky. Oh, set me up with the spirit in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place
I like that. I don't know how to describe it. The boom, 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 boom. That kind of, I guess, echo effect that's happening that starts louder and eventually fades out, but at a kind of consistent tempo, so that boom, 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 it happens at equal subdivisions that also serves the rhythm, because you have this consistent bounce underneath. It's just a unique effect. It almost feels like the spirit is kind of then traveling away from oneself to heaven, presumably. Yeah. I want to say, like, this is the kind of song that I would hear in like, I used to play Rock Band and Guitar Hero a lot. I feel like this is one of the songs that I could have played uh maybe more in like Rock Band than Guitar Hero. Anyways. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Super catchy, very bouncy, immediately memorable to me. The boom 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 boom. Like that structure from the riff perspective, it just kind of stays in your brain. Part of me feels like this is familiar. I can also, I was going to say Rock Band, but I can also totally imagine this song being used in like in a car commercial. I could also imagine the song being used in like a more rock friendly church, because there's like elements of gospel that I sort of hear, especially as it relates to those backing female vocals. They're very bright, almost as if they were like a human organ being played in the higher registers of that instrument. And they serve as that counterpoint. If they didn't exist in this track, there wouldn't really be many high frequencies there. So I'm glad that they were incorporated as a contrast with the grittiness in that riff. God, the more I think about it, that groove, that hook, they're so catchy. I can totally get why a song like this would be really popular. I see on YouTube here 3.4 million views, but it was released in 1970, and this video on YouTube was released 4 years ago. Those are really good numbers. I think this video, 3.4 million, this video might have more views than my entire YouTube channel. Just to think about it like that. That's a fun song. Let's jump into the next one. This one's by Terry Jacks, Seasons in the Sun. Oh wow. Hear the reverb on that.
My trusted friend. We've known each other since we were 9 or 10.
Both these songs love that kind
Together
of delay.
We've climbed hills and trees. Learned of love and ABC, and skinned our hearts and skinned our knees. Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky.
Oh, I like the vibe in
now
this.
Now that the spring is in the air, pretty girls are everywhere. Think of me and I'll be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun.
The summer,
the hills that we climbed were just seasons out of time.
The hills that we climbed were seasons at a time? Hold on.
We had seasons in the sun, but the hills that we climbed were just seasons out of time.
The hills that we climbed were seasons out of time. That is interesting, because seasons in the sun implies you're just playing in the summer, but seasons out of the seasons being related to hills that you're climbing out of the sun in a different season, I think implies something to do with like hardship, essentially. So you have this friendship between two people. They spent their time together. They shared pleasant and also hard experiences together. And then in the end, it seems like one friend is passing away. So it's very like bright compositionally, sort of like we heard in Spirit in the Sky, but then there's this underlying grit shrouded in this like loss of life. Because Spirit in the Sky is also about going to heaven, loss of life there.
Boy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the hills that we climbed were just seasons out of time.
Seasons out of time.
Goodbye, Papa, please pray for me. I was the black sheep of the family. You tried to teach me right from wrong.
A small comment, but there's this modern band that I've been listening to lately called Bad Flower. I've done reactions to them on the channel. Part of Terry's vocals reminds me of what I've heard from Bad Flower, which is interesting. Not one-to-one, but
you tried to teach me right from wrong.
A little bit.
Too much wine and too much song. Wonder how I got along. Goodbye, Papa, it's hard to die. When all the birds are
the backing
singing
vocal,
in
so
the sky.
soft, so soft.
Now that the spring is in the air, little children everywhere. When you see them, I'll be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. Goodbye, Michelle, my little one.
Oh my gosh, so much loss in this song. He's talked about his friend, his father. Now Michelle, maybe that's like a love interest.
Goodbye, Michelle, my little one.
My little one.
You gave me love and helped me find the sun.
My little one is sad.
Every time that I was down,
His daughter.
you would always come around and get my feet back on the ground. Goodbye, Michelle, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky. Now that the spring is in the air, with the flowers everywhere, I wish that we could both be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the stars we could reach were just starfish on the beach. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the stars we could reach were just starfish on the beach. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. All our lives we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the hills that we climbed were just seasons out of time.
Interesting. You know, I'm actually really impressed by this song because of its minimalism. It's so stripped down, but it honestly doesn't even need more because so much of the sadness is also being perfectly couched in this warm vocal delivery and warm mixture of sounds from the instruments. You have the backing vocals that are very bright, very soft. The drums are light and breezy. The guitar work, the chords you hear, they're all meant to just create that cushioning for the mind, because songs about loss, they are invariably sad, but when you kind of twist it in this warm way, it's also a comforting thought to know that your loved ones, though they may be gone, they're still in your mind and your loving heart. So to me, it's almost like Terry's focus is not on any of the musicality. It's about the honesty in his delivery, because you can tell he means every word. There's no, what would you call it, like performance ego here. It is just honesty and love. and it's bright, it's jovial on top of that, and it's reminiscent too, because you're talking about all of these loving times that you had with your friends, with your parents, with your loved ones, or I think Michelle was, you said little one, so I assume daughter, but really could be just any loved one. You think about those good times and then the hills you've had to climb together. It's all good in the end, because life is not about the destination. It's not even about the journey per se. It's about the people that you spend those journeys with, the time shared. We are social creatures. Experientially, we experience things together rather than alone. And then getting to commemorate their spirit in the sky, to reference the other song. It's a beautiful thing. It doesn't just have to be sad entirely, which, I think it's a lesson that we've all kind of like heard echoed through media from our parents, the way that we view grief if we've experienced it ourselves. But, as a child, I'm just like thinking back now, how I viewed death was purely negative, purely tragic, purely sad. It is those things, but not purely. There are other things that surround it that make it easier to swallow rather than just being straight up a pain pill. But that's Terry Jack, Seasons in the Sky. Let's check out the last song. And When I Die, another song about death. Hope you're doing well, Daniel. Hopefully nothing bad's going on. Harmonica intro. Super bouncy already. Wow.
I'm not scared of dying, and I don't really care.
Okay.
If it's peace you find in dying, well then let the time be near. If it's peace you find in dying, and if dying time is near,
whoa. The rhythm just fully.
If it's peace you find in dying, and if dying time is near, just bundle up my coffin, 'cause it's cold way down there. I hear that it's
the tempo picked up too.
Yeah, crazy cold way down there. And when I die, and when I'm gone, there'll be one child born in this world. Carry on, carry on.
Oh, the stutter stepping in the rhythm. Again, it's about dying, but it feels so lighthearted. Definitely not your average pop song. That's a fun rhythm. What's that that scene from Family Guy where boom 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 boom, where I think it's Chris is playing the tuba, or Stewie or somebody. It's got that kind of like boom boom boom, that lumbering bounce to it. Almost like comical. Oh, but I love the harmonica above, because you get the low frequency and then the high one here.
There ain't no hell, but I'll never know by living. Only my dying will tell you. Only my dying will tell you. Yeah, only my dying will tell. And when I die, and when I'm gone, there'll be one child born in this world to carry on, carry on. Yeah.
It's like a little gallop with the coconuts and Monty Python. You hear the keys, you hear the brass, all very light. It's kind of got this, like, I would say like jazz rock flair to it. And somehow, like when there's, what would you call it, like processionals for funerals, it almost feels like, even though it's part of like a funeral parade, it's like a New Orleans funeral parade where things feel more celebratory than they do than they do sad. I don't know why I single out New Orleans. It just has that like French Quarter vibe, right? Something about Mardi Gras. Oh, and the dynamics, it just got louder.
Give me my freedom for as
I love this.
long as I be. All I ask of living is to have no chains on me. All I ask of living is to have no chains on me. And all I ask of dying is to go naturally. You only wanna go naturally. Here I go. Ha! Hey, hey, here comes the devil. Right behind. Look out, children. Here he comes. Here he comes. Hey. Don't want to go by the devil. Don't want to go by demon. Don't want to go by Satan. Don't want to die uneasy. Just let me go naturally. And when I
The horns.
die, and when I'm dead, dead and gone,
Oh,
there'll be one child
ooh, cool voicings.
in a world to carry on, to carry on. Yeah, yeah.
It's unpredictable rhythm, man. Is that it? Oh, looks like it. It's those unique tempo changes that make that song so bouncy and fun and unpredictable, to say the very least. I don't know, Daniel, how you found 3 songs, all from the 70s, from 3 different artists who I don't know, who are all speaking about death and the idea of death in an extremely jovial kind of way. That is a very niche segment of the songs that are out there, but you managed to thread the needle. Wow. Where do I even begin here? Started with Terry Jacks. No, we started with what's the name? Spirit in the Sky, Norman Greenbaum, then Terry Jacks. Okay, so Blood, Sweat, and Tears, what we rounded off with. Spirit in the Sky, that riff, that's like the main thing that comes into my mind now in retrospect. So I feel like from a memorability standpoint, that riff in Spirit in the Sky definitely like is at the top of that list. But then the melody in Seasons in the Sun overall from Terry, what he's singing vocally, the bright warmth to that song, despite it being about losing loved ones, I can appreciate that element as well. But then here in Blood, Sweat, and Tears, so much of the movement in the brass, in the tempo. I mean, all 3 of these songs have something special about them. How can I even because now I'm trying to think which of these songs do I prefer just overall. I like them all for different reasons. I think I will give 2 lists. I will give a list of the songs that were most melodic to me, because that's like a part that, an aspect of the music that really matters to me. Which melodies did I prefer the most? Then probably which song, so 2 lists. That's the first list. The second list is which song would I listen to more often than the others. So for the first list, I think Seasons in the Sun takes the cake in terms of, I think, most memorable melody, as well as just, I think, my favorite melody of those 3. But that's just vocally. I'm not even talking about musically, because the riff for Spirit in the Sky, that melody is fun too. But I think it's just a little less complicated than Seasons in the Sun. So I'll just go with Seasons in the Sun for now, melodically. And then I'll give it to Spirit in the Sky, then And When I Die, melodically. But then in terms of the song that I would probably listen to the most, I would actually say And When I Die first. Then Seasons in the Sun, then Spirit in the Sky. So I guess on this list, Spirit in the Sky, oh, did it get last in both. No, I think it got second. Well, what I can say for sure is in terms of riffs, Spirit in the Sky takes the top. So I guess in all three of those lists, we have one of the three taking the top position in the podium. It's very interesting getting to discover this music because it feels like they're all drawing on a different subgenre of the world of rock. Because Spirit in the Sky, it feels more like directly rocky, even though it's rather like gospel-esque in some moments. Seasons in the Sky, it's almost like this pop rock feel, whereas like And When I Die with Blood, Sweat and Tears is like this horn rock, jazz rock, brass rock feel. Let me know if I'm on target with any of that or what you think about these artists or my thoughts on them in the comments below. I would love to hear your perspectives on these artists, to be honest, because, you know, I always come at these reactions with a very open mind yet empty mind as it relates to these. I've never heard of them before. Somehow they're all so bright and fun and warm, right? It's very interesting. I don't know if that was their style in particular or just an artifact of the 70s to write music about death in this way. Either way, though, I came away with this with a smile on my face. Thank you very much, Daniel, for the request. I hope you all, again, enjoyed my reaction. If you did and want to request one yourself, you can do so by clicking the first link down below. You can send me more Terry Jacks, more Norman Greenbaum, more Blood, Sweat and Tears, Sweet, anything really from the 70s and more. I'd be totally game. But as always, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.